Hello everyone, my name is Francis Reinhardt, and today I'm going to present my second milestone of my research called Exploring Mental Health Among Online College Students Using Machine Learning. Now, this work is part of my coursework for Computer Science 6460 at Georgia Institution of Technology. Table of content. So today I'll walk you through my objectives I've completed so far, my research paper I've constructed, data pre-process steps, an interview conducted as part of my research, the progress on my machine learning models and analysis, and then finally we're going to go what's called going forward, which will discuss what we're going forward towards the final phase of the project. Objectives completed and development. So far, I've completed data collection, cleaning, processing. I've also conducted an interview to gain insight. Now, currently, I'm developing the research design for the machine learning models and analyze their preliminary findings. The next steps include finishing the research paper and finally creating a video presentation for the final portion of the research. Now, research paper. My research paper will cover a span of 12 pages, covering from the introduction, literature review, research methodology, machine learning processing, results, recommendation, and then finally conclusion. Now, these sections will show the scope of my research on how machine learning can be applied to explore mental health among online college students. And over to the right, if you want to, you go ahead and pause the video and just look over the abstract section. I thought I'd take a screenshot and show you guys a preview of what's to come for my final research paper. And it just has the title, Exploring Mental Health Among Online College Students by Using Machine Learning. And it's just got the abstract section. So again, if you want to pause the video, read it. But if you're ready or you want to go ahead and continue, let the video play and we'll go on to the next section. Now, the data pre-processing. The data pre-processing has been essential in preparing the data from the survey and secondary sources for analysis. So during this phase, I decided to remove extra white spaces, convert the survey responses into numerical values, and ensure there were no missing values. By doing this, the data set was clean and it helped me enable accurate model training and gave me better results so far. So while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and pause the slideshow so I can go on Jupyter Notebook and just give you guys an idea what I got done so far since I've completed this portion. So here in Jupyter Notebook, I use Python scripts to do some data cleaning. And over here in the first cell is just a markdown, just goes over a little bit of information. And of course, this is where I got the data set from the secondary source during the COVID-19, which forced all students to go to online learning. And I took bits and pieces of information. I believe it was 9 questions from that data set, and I put together with the primary source, and then from there I decided to run some data pre-processing. So of course here, I'm telling the Python script to import pandas. Go ahead and read the CSV files, do a survey, and I went ahead and printed. So this is how it looks like. So on the first part here, you get mostly values. I got hit this one here, which that was definitely cleaned up during the phase, but I thought I'd show you as an example of what things to look out for if you're ever doing this yourself. And then over here you get the responses from the secondary sources. So as you can see, you can tell part of this is from the primary source and then the other part is from the secondary sources. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go down and see how I was able to do some data cleaning and conversion. So when I went down to here, I ran this cell, and what this did was it looked for extra white spaces that are found from this CSV file. Now, of course, depends on the size of your data. You can always use platforms like Excel and Google Sheet, but me personally, I feel like in this situation, Python's best. Especially like when you can't see like the hidden white spaces without having to go through each one. So while I ran it, it fixed the white space, and as you see, you don't see that error anymore. It's able to give you value. So go ahead and look at that and then compare that. So that was the issue, was just the extra white space. So that's one thing to keep out for if you guys ever run into a situation like that. Now that everything's been corrected as far as the white space, the next step is go ahead and define the values that I want to convert to numeric. And here's the list from the survey that you saw earlier, and I'm telling the script here to change it to numerical values. And then once I do that and I run it, you see everything is now in numerical values, which that's where we want it, because in machine learning it's always best to run the machine learning models through numerical values, because we all know machine learning is all about numbers. And then finally, this step right here, it just says like, hey, if you want to go ahead and save the program, you can right here. So for me, I decided to call it mental health, which you'll see it in the final phase of the project should you decide to look at what I've completed in my project folder. So you see mental health, but if you scroll up here, you see student survey, and that's to keep it separate for anyone that wants to review over, say, hey, this was his original work and this is an update. So when you run it, nothing will show, but it will be saved in your computer. Now be aware, if you save it again with the same name, you may get an error, because Python will see like, hey, you try to save it once and the computer's not allow you to take it. So you may have to change the name if you want to save it under a different file name instead of trying to rewrite it. So that's it for the pre-processing phase. I thought I'd show you guys. Me personally, this is one of the most important phases in this type of research, because often you get people, they forget to clear out white space or do some conversion, and the machine learning models either throwing out errors or is not producing the results that they're looking for. So let's go ahead back to the slideshow, and let me see, current slide. Okay, so we went over this. Let's go ahead and continue with the next section. Okay, so interview. So in the interview, I conducted an interview with Lorena Murray, a success coach at Fayetteville Technical Community College. Lorena supports students dealing with mental health, so her insights were definitely valuable. Her perspective will help inform recommendations to better support online college students with mental health challenges. Now, we're getting to a section here called machine learning and analysis. At this moment, I'm currently developing the machine learning models to analyze the data. So over here, I just create like a short video, just show you what I have. Right now, it's in the early stages, so you may see a lot of changes just to make sure I get accurate results. But I'll just give you a quick demo. So I wouldn't get too fixated on this. It just shows like, hey, this is stuff I'm working on. It's got different machine learning models that I started, so they're gonna look very random. While you're looking over that, I'm gonna discuss about the analysis that's involved. So the analysis and results from these models will guide recommendations to help online students manage mental health stress. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to the last slide. So going forward, with most of the tasks nearly completed, my next steps involves in finalizing the machine learning algorithms, analyze the results, and form conclusions and recommendations. I'll then complete the final project components, which includes the final project paper, video presentation, and submission for all the materials that are related to the project. And that's it. I just want to say thank you all for taking your time watching this video. I look forward to any questions or feedback you may have on this final project. Other than that, again, thank you and have a good day.